Dimitri van den Bergh, with his fancy new young person's haircut, has shown a little bit to get excited about over the last few months, not least at the World Championship when he knocked out Ian White in round 1.
Yeah, I mean, two great players here. I mean, the bookmakers will have Gurney the favourite, and possibly he will get over the line first here, mainly because when he hits 180s, he has a knack to hit them at, I mean, it's always a great time to hit a 180, we realise that, but he has this knack to hit them at crucial times, especially when setting the shot up. So it'll be interesting to see if he carries on with that. But I tell you what I'd like to see Dimitri do.
Ladies and gentlemen, first leg, Dimitri to throw first. Wow. Game on!
Well, Dimitri van den Bergh, the fleet-footed Dimitri van den Bergh, has the advantage of throwing first in this one. And he is up against a man who made the final of the first European Tour event of the year in Gurney. Super chin with his fancy new dart shirt.
100.
And talked about Gurney's scoring power. He hit 9 180s in a single match against Adrian Lewis at the Dutch Darts Masters just a few weeks ago in Venray. A European Tour record.
100.
If he has another weekend like he did then everybody had better watch out. The winner of this one will face the world champion Gary Anderson.
100.
And Gurney has had a couple of high-profile meetings with Anderson. One at the World Championship where he lost 4-1 but did have darts to win 2 of the sets he lost.
134.
And once at the Players' Championship finals where he beat, quite convincingly, the Flying Scotsman.
I actually spoke to Darryl up at Barnsley at a tour event over breakfast.
167.
You know, so I'm always interested in all of a sudden how people step their game up and now compete at the top level, and Darryl's one of them. We always knew he was a good player from years back, but the last year to 18 months something's clicked in his game, and he said it's all down to confidence. I started hitting more 180s that give me more darts 96. At a double. And the more darts at a double, I don't miss so many, and of course you start to hit them and the confidence grows and the spiral of performance goes up instead of levelling out or going down. So
Dimitri, you require 100.
It is all about the confidence. Once you've got that certain amount of ability, it is believing in that ability, and he certainly believes at the moment. Now, I've got to go double top or treble 16. Yeah, that leaves double 16.
Ooh.
84.
Not very far away for Dimitri, but he is staring down the barrel of an opening leg breaker throw from Gurney, and that just misses inside. Next door for double 8, finds its mark though, and it is 1-0 to the Northern Irishman.
Darryl to throw first. Game on.
See, 2 years ago, I mean, Darryl, there would have been a good chance that he would have missed those 3, you know, in the open leg, but he doesn't make mistakes too often now.
So Darryl puts this down just to a purely mental thing then. There doesn't appear to be any technical changes in his game or anything like that.
It's all down to the confidence, and you know, the more that you play against the top players on the tour, the more it hardens you up. You realise what you've got to do. It's no good throwing 212 darters because all you're going to do is lose 6-2. So he's hardened himself up, and by doing that, putting more in, taking it more professional, practising more, you know, he's scoring heavier now than he's ever done. Which, like I said, he's giving him more at starts than a double, so he's winning legs because of it now instead of losing.
59.
Of course, by winning legs gives you more confidence, and like I said, it's easy from there on in.
Well, look, doors are opening for Darryl Gurney now. I mean, obviously he made the Players' Championship finals last year and put in a brilliant run to get to the semi-finals. He made the final of the opening European Tour event of the year. That is going to get him into all kinds of things this year. You would think, you know, the match play, the Players' Championship finals again. He is now top 32 in the world. He's 28 in the world rankings. So once you...
60.
That kind of snowballs, doesn't it? Once those doors start opening, you're playing in more high-profile tournaments. There's more prize money. You go further up the rankings. And again, the confidence can build and build as Dimitri van den Bergh fires in a maximum.
Yes, you're exactly right. The opportunities in this game now are incredible,
40.
and I still get people.
Dimitri, you require 87.
Tips like a good one that things are not right, and what they have to do is look in the mirror and see how their game is, because that's the only problem, is their own performances. You put a good string of runs together like Darryl has, the door's open.
Well, Dimitri is coming back to the board. He missed the big number there. That would have given him a dart at the bullseye. Signal 20 would have given him a dart at the ball. But he's not been made to pay for it yet. However, he's only going to get 2 darts at a double, assuming that he doesn't miss a big number again. He's going to look at 18 now, I think. Oh, no, just. The double 16. Can he use that one?
18.
Oh, he's just gone the wrong side of it.
66.
Well, again, he's let Darrell off in double 18. He hasn't been scoring well. Can he hit the double 9? Not the greatest switch,
48.
as we know. So Bergh comes back.
Dimitri, you
have to say
require
we expected
32.
a high-scoring game. I know we're only into
Game
the second
shot,
leg.
second
As
leg.
Dimitri makes it
Dimitri,
one
Van der
leg
Bergh.
apiece. We kind of expected
Third
these
leg,
two
Dimitri to
guys
throw
to
first.
come out of the
Game
gate
on.
all guns are blazing, but at the moment it's the touch paper hasn't really been lit, has it?
No, certainly hasn't. Room for improvement from these two. This looks like an improvement.
140.
That's the dart that Darrell's got to find. That first dart, if it's not in the top of the treble, just above. In the first 2 legs, a lot of those first darts have been coming low. It's the same with Dimitri. You know, although that's... Oh, is that a thrown dart?
Just clarify, what counts as a thrown dart in those circumstances, Rob?
Well, in actual fact, by the letter of law, you could class that as thrown.
If it leaves your hand and what goes forward,
Well,
is that basically it?
Yeah, probably. Without really looking and getting my legal
60.
representative to have a look at...
I think that was the answer of a man who's not exactly sure.
I'm sure about everything that
Right.
I'm not sure about.
60.
One day someone will contest that the dart is thrown, and then we will...
I can't wait for that day. That would be a glorious day. Needle up on stage. That's what we want.
It did happen to me many, many years ago, early 90s.
What, a player fell out with you, Rod? You?
58.
Well, no, he said I'd thrown it because it had come out of my hand.
I can't imagine any other dart player having a fallout with you, Rod. No. Sweetness and light on the hockey when you...
140.
Good top 40 from Gurney. Could be a third consecutive break of throw here unless Van der Bergh takes out the 1-4-3, and it might happen. Down for the 17s. Doesn't get the treble he needed.
89. Darwin requires 61.
Gets the 25, so it's double 18.
And he missed this in the previous leg.
25.
And again, he's missed it.
Dimitri, you require 54.
No, it is to hold the throw, but it is to take the lead.
A little bit confused there, Daryl Gurney, at missing that one. And
18 for double 18, is that?
36.
he'd moved over to hit the
Darwin
double
require
18,
36.
but then he didn't. I don't think he
move
moved back,
No.
and so he's throwing it a further distance. And he might get another go though.
Game shot.
He won't.
Third leg. Darwin. Fourth leg, Darwin to throw
And it
first.
is a third consecutive break
Game on.
throw. And maybe Dimitri would have benefited just from recentering at the board there.
I think so. This is where Darrell was going to have to show some character, because obviously he's getting a little bit frustrated that he can't find that brilliant scoring power that he's had for the last year. So instead of getting frustrated, that's when you've got to stay calm. You've just got to keep
99.
grinding away until it comes back. However, if you get frustrated and forcing it, then it may not come back.
Well, that's it. At the moment, he's just got to tell himself, I've not played well, but I'm still 2-1 up
and
with a break.
Yes, exactly right.
$100.
A little bit low in the bed, but he follows it in with a second one anyway. And the third one, and that's what Daryl Gurney was doing all weekend in Holland in the opening European Tour event of the year. Dimitri looking to hit back.
138.
Good switch with the last dart anyway.
97.
Well, that's a great 6 darts from Gurney. It sets the double 12 up. Now this would be... Well, he opted the 54 route first. Would have been the same result on the bullseye.
24. Game shot and a full flag.
Well, once again, Daryl Gurney finds the mark after 2 darts that were no real use to him in finding his way towards the treble, but he gets over the line. It is 3-1.
Well, Gurney's starting to get that first dart in the good position, and from that position he can start using that scoring power that he possesses. And the same with Dimitri. That's not a bad dart. Should find the trebles from there.
100.
It's all about keenness of the eye, you know, how the dart is sitting in the board. Like there, when it's sitting good like that, you think, well, I can't miss.
80.
There we go, Dimitri van den Bergh. That's his second maximum of the match. You would think he's going to need a number more between now and the end of this one if he is going to upset the odds and see off Daryl Gurney here. But potentially 11 darts are coming in. Still on. Yeah, what a leg of darts from Dimitri.
Dimitri van den Bergh.
Well, now he needs to find one of those 11 darters on the Gurney throw.
Dimitri's been around for a while, but he's only 21 years old. That's what you've got to bear in mind. And although, as you would kind of expect from a young player, the thing that's missing is consistency. We saw him play very, very well to knock out Ian White in the World Championship. And the next round, he didn't do a great deal against Benito van der Pas. And that's been typical as Gurney looks to fill it up and settles for a ton 40. That's been typical of his performances. He'll put in a very good display and beat anyone, but then the next round it's not quite the same sort of level.
44.
But that's what he has to learn to do. But he's won 5 Youth and Development Tour titles over the last couple of years. He came top of the Youth Tour rankings year before last.
80.
Yes, and at 21, I mean, it's only experience that he's missing. You know, the more experience you get, you know, you learn to toughen up, you learn to get less frustrated at crucial times.
40.
Don't speed up when you want big numbers. You know, silly little things. You know, you can't overthink, but over the course of time, they get ingrained in your head, so you do them automatically.
He's won 10 grand on the Youth Tour. He's won about 50 grand in total from darts. 10 grand on the Youth Tour, 15 grand came from the World Champions. Big old chunk, and this 136 would be a big chunk of a finish, and it might well happen. Now Gurney moves across, looks at double 8.
120.
He'll be back.
Yes, he's going to have a couple of handfuls as well.
58. That we require 16.
Double 4 now.
8 score.
Well, he is going to get another go at it, but Gurney's finishing is nowhere near where it needs to be. If it's
57.
Going to be another run to the latter stages of a European Tour event for him this weekend. Ooh, well, he nearly busted.
No score.
Well, if Dimitri had thrown half decently in the last 6 darts, he would have been looking at perhaps 1 treble to have a go at a double, but now he needs 2 trebles. If he puts the first one in the treble 20, then... Was he going downstairs? He is.
Well, that's only his 2nd treble in the entire leg, Dimitri. So, look, Daryl is going to get another go at this. Well, he has busted now.
And Dimitri missed the big number with his 3rd dart, so he only get 1 dart double where he should have been having 2.
He's just the 1, but is he going to steal this leg?
32.
Well, Daryl Gurney is coming back to the board again, and again he's looking at double 4.
Game
and
shot
finally he pins it, and he does lead 4-2, but he's a lucky boy.
We talk about experience and learning the game. I mean, if Dimitri, you know, in the middle of that game when he thinks, I can't win it, he's just throwing darts. However, you know, you only need to change one of those missed darts into a treble. He comes back with 3 darts and a double in that last leg. Never think you're going to lose the leg.
Well, I'll tell you what, That is an absolute gut punch from Daryl Gurney after stumbling over the line in the previous leg to come straight back out and fire in a 180 at the start of the very next one. That would have hurt Dimitri. It's not hurt him as much because he's followed up with a 60.
78.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of frustration in the young man. He's thinking, you know, 4-2 down and I'm not playing 55. Well like I was on the practice board or like I have to coming into the tournament. Just got to keep the rhythm, keep the focus.
81.
A little unfortunate there for Dimitri. 3 well-thrown darts. He's got one deflecting to the 1, and it might prove crucial because that ton 40 gets Gurney down to a 2-darter. Now, Dimitri, what have you got? It might need to go. 111.
Darryl, you require 66.
Gets 2 darts at double. Just outside.
30.
And again, well, it was closer than a lot of his efforts in that sort of area of the board, but still not good enough. Dimitri van den Bergh. Oh, double 3. That's awkward as well.
9 score. Darryl, you require
This has not
36.
been a match for fans of clinical finishing.
No, it certainly hasn't. Both players missing doubles all over the
Game
place.
shot on the 7th
However,
leg.
the double 18 takes Daryl Gurney
8th
one leg
leg down
away
the throat first. Game on.
from the next round, and that was another breaker throw. It's demoralising when, you know, if the young man Dimitri goes and loses,
60.
he thinks, look, I'm not played anywhere near what I could. If I had stepped it up the way Daryl's played, I could have easily beaten him, and sometimes that eats into you.
Well, look, Daryl Gurney is hitting 19% of his doubles, and he's 5-2 up here. Now, if I told you that, you might think, oh, well, he's probably hit loads of massive scores and given himself loads of chances. He hasn't done that either.
No, he hasn't, no.
So, look, this is, so far, a missed opportunity for the 21-year-old Belgian, Dimitri van den Bergh.
134.
But it is not over yet. Good visit from him there, and there's pressure on the Gurney throw, but he's got to win all 4 of the remaining legs, Dimitri.
60.
Well, it's going to be a tough task because you know Gurney in one of these 4 legs is going to step up and throw a 12-darter.
You would expect him to do
so. He's
so.
going to hit a 180 in one of these legs that's going to spur him on.
84.
Well, Dimitri fired an 11-darter in the 5th leg. He's threatening to do similar here. And it's still on. And now across to the 9s.
75.
Not the end of the world, he will be back. Daryl Gurney needing to find the trebles and does so with 1 dart and another.
140.
And now the pressure's on Dimitri. Double 9. Long way off. Closer. Not close enough. Daryl Gurney, 97 for the match, looking dead and buried in this leg. He's only averaging a flat 80, but he might be about to complete a 6-2 win. Tops he wants.
77.
2 match darts.
Dimitri has got to attack this double 9. If he's going to bust it, do it with the first dart. Don't throw it too far on the outside, because the other 2 just follow and he'll probably split. Oh, that's a great dart. I have to say, I didn't expect him to hit that with that 3rd dart.
9th leg, Dimitri the throat first. Game on.
There's so many people when they're going for double 9, they go, well, I'll just pitch this on the outside. And all of a sudden it's 2 inches on the outside, which is not a guide. And, well, how many times have we said it, Dan? Worst double on the dartboard.
It has been mentioned.
In my day, there was only 20 of them on the dartboard that were bad doubles.
That's former world #1 Rod Harrington there. Now then, Gurney. There's a maximum to kick off, and maybe this is the leg that you predicted, Rod. At some point between now and the end of the game, Gurney will find his scoring power and give himself an absolute handful of match darts. He's already had 2. Oh, now then, Daryl. Now then, Daryl. He's on the 9.
60.
Daryl Gurney, 1-4-1, stands between you and perfection. He gets the 7th dart.
Oh! That's right on the wire as well.
He wanted it. He really wanted it, but potentially it's going to be a 10-darter to win this for Daryl Gurney. With the way this game has gone, though, I wouldn't rule Dimitri van den Bergh out of it.
But he's not putting any pressure
81.
on.
Daryl will require 32.
And it is a 10-darter, and that is absolutely superb from Daryl Gurney to clinch victory. A 6-3 win sets up a tantalising match with the world champion Gary Anderson in round 2. All right, Gurney didn't produce his best. He only hit 17% of his doubles, but that last leg showed you a little glimpse of what he's capable of. And if we get anything like the meetings we've had between Gurney and Anderson in the last few months, we could be in for something special tomorrow when the seeded players join the action. We'll grab a few words with your winner, Super Chin, as he books his place in the second round. And then the action continues. We've got 2 more games for you in the afternoon session. Andrew Gilding, Goldfinger against Ruthless James Richardson will round it off. But coming up now, it's The Rock, Peter Hudson, against the Cube, Rene Idams.
Just take your time, Daryl, take your time. We're not in a hurry. Wir haben ja die Zeit.